everyone, welcome back to our channel. Before I tell you the secret that will change the way you speak English forever, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are standing in Times Square, New York. The lights are shining, people are walking fast, taxis are moving, and someone suddenly asks you, "Excuse me, can you tell me where the subway station is?" Now imagine two different versions of you. In the first version, your mind freezes. You know the answer in your language, but in English, the words disappear. In the second version, you smile, breathe calmly, and say, "Yes, of course. Go straight ahead, turn left, and the station is right near the corner." Same person, same brain, same English knowledge, but one thing is different: fluency. And today, I'm going to help you build that fluency step by step. My name is Sophia, and I want to take you on a journey across the United States, not just through places like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami, Houston, and San Francisco, but through the real world of English speaking, the kind of English people actually use in daily life. The kind of English that helps you talk confidently in a cafe in Seattle, at a store in Dallas, in a classroom in Boston, or while meeting new people in Atlanta. Because speaking English fluently is not about being perfect. It is not about using difficult words. It is not about sounding like a dictionary. It is about speaking naturally, clearly, and without fear. And that fear is the real enemy. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will understand not only how to speak English fluently, but also why so many learners stay stuck for years, and how you can finally move forward. Let me tell you something important. Most people think fluency means knowing thousands of words, but that is not true. Fluency means you can keep going. You may pause. You may make small mistakes. You may forget a word sometimes. That is normal. The real question is, can you continue speaking? Can you express your idea? Can you answer without panic? That is fluency. I remember walking through Central Park in New York City and hearing a student from another country speaking English with confidence. Her grammar was not perfect. Her accent was different. But she was speaking freely, laughing, asking questions, and enjoying the conversation. Everyone understood her, and that is the beautiful truth. People do not need perfect English. They need usable English. They need English that works at the airport, in a job interview, in a grocery store, at a restaurant, in a doctor's office, and when making friends in a new country. That is the English we are learning today. So let us begin with the first secret of fluency. Secret number 1. Think in English. This is where fluency begins. Most learners translate every sentence from their language into English before speaking. That creates delay. That creates fear. That creates confusion. Instead, start thinking in simple English. For example, when you wake up in the morning in Los Angeles, do not think, "I need to create a perfect sentence in English." Think, "I am thirsty. I need coffee. I have to get ready. It is a sunny day. I am late." Short thoughts lead to short sentences. Short sentences lead to confidence. Confidence leads to fluency. In daily life, English speakers in places like Chicago or San Diego do not always speak in complicated language. They use simple, natural sentences all the time. Instead of saying, "I am currently in a state of extreme hunger," they say, "I am starving." Instead of saying, "Could you please provide me with directions to that location?" they say, "Can you tell me how to get there?" This is the kind of English you must learn. Natural, easy, real. Sophia. Now, let me show you something very powerful. Fluency is built through patterns. Not random words. Patterns. When you know patterns, speaking becomes easier. For example, I want to, I need to, I have to, I'm going to, I'd like to, I used to. These small patterns can build thousands of sentences. Let us say you are in Miami and you want to speak to a friend. You can say, "I want to go to the beach. I need to buy sunscreen. I'm going to meet my cousin. I'd like to try some local food." See how simple that is? You do not need to wait until your English becomes perfect. You can start speaking with the tools you already have. And every time you speak, your brain becomes stronger. Now, let us talk about the second secret. Secret number 2, listen to real English every day. This is extremely important. If you want to speak English fluently, your ears must learn English before your mouth does. Listen to the way people speak in real life. Listen to how they connect words. Listen to how they say things quickly in the United States. For example, in a coffee shop in Seattle, someone may say, "Can I get a large latte, please?" In New York, you may hear, "I'll take a bagel and coffee." In Texas, someone may say, "Y'all want to come with us?" In California, you may hear, "Sounds good." These phrases are short, natural, and common. When you listen every day, your brain starts recognizing these patterns automatically. And then, when it is your turn to speak, the words come more easily. Listen to podcasts, interviews, YouTube videos, daily conversations, movies, and short clips from real life. Not only formal English, real English, because fluency is not just learned in books. Fluency is learned from life. Now, I want to talk about something many learners ignore. Secret number 3, speak even when you feel unready. This is the hardest part. Many people wait. They wait until they know more vocabulary. They wait until their grammar is perfect. They wait until they stop feeling shy. But that moment never comes unless you begin. Think about a person in Boston who wants to order food at a restaurant. If they stay silent because they are afraid of mistakes, they lose the chance to practice. But if they try, even with a small sentence, they grow. For example, "I want chicken, please." This is enough to start. Then later, "I would like grilled chicken with rice, please." Then later, "Could I also get a glass of water?" That is growth. Fluency grows through action, not waiting. Mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are training. Every mistake teaches your brain what to do next time. Let me give you a powerful truth. The people who speak English fluently are not always the smartest. They are often the most consistent. They practice again and again. They repeat sentences. They copy native speakers. They shadow pronunciation. They listen and speak every day. Consistency is stronger than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Consistency changes your life. So even if you only practice 10 minutes a day, do it every day. Speak out loud in your room. Describe your day. Talk to yourself while cooking. Say what you are doing. For example, "I am making tea." "I am opening the window." "I am checking my phone." "I am going outside." "I am feeling better today." This simple habit creates fluency faster than many people realize. Now, let us move to another important secret. Secret number 4, learn common daily expressions. If you want to speak English naturally in the United States, you need real-life expressions, not only formal textbook phrases. Here are some examples. "How's it going?" "Not bad." "What's up?" "Long time no see." "I'm just looking." "I'm on my way." "That makes sense." "I'll be right back." "Give me a second." "Sounds great." These expressions are used all the time in American cities like Los Angeles, New York, Miami, Houston, and San Francisco. For example, imagine you are in a bookstore in Chicago and someone asks, "Do you need help?" You can say, "I'm just looking, thank you." That sounds natural and confident. Imagine you are in a cafe in San Diego and your friend says, "Do you want coffee or tea?" You can say, "Tea sounds good." Simple, natural, fluent. Let me tell you another thing. Secret number 5. Stop trying to translate every word. This habit slows everything down. When you hear a sentence in English, do not break it into pieces in your mind and translate it word by word. Understand the meaning directly. For example, if someone says, "Let's grab lunch," do not stop and think about the literal meaning of grab. Just understand. They want to eat lunch together. If someone says, "I'm running late," it does not mean they are jogging. It means they are late. This is how native English works. Meaning is more important than translation. When you start understanding phrases as whole units, your English becomes faster and smoother. Now let us talk about pronunciation. Many learners think pronunciation means having an American accent. That is not the goal. Your goal is clarity. People should understand you easily. That is enough. You can improve pronunciation by listening carefully, repeating aloud, and learning the rhythm of English. English has stress and melody. Some words are stronger, some words are softer. For example, I want to go to New York. Not every word is said with equal force. The important words carry the meaning. Try speaking slowly first, then increase your speed naturally. Do not rush. Fluent speakers do not speak fast all the time. They speak smoothly. Smooth is better than fast. Now, here is a very important part of the journey. Secret number 6. Build confidence with small wins. Confidence does not appear magically. It is built. Every small success matters. Answer one question in English. Introduce yourself in English. Order food in English. Ask for directions in English. Write one message in English. Each time you do this, your brain says, "I can do this." And that feeling becomes stronger. Imagine a learner in Atlanta who says for the first time, "Excuse me, where's the nearest train station?" That sentence may feel small, but for that person, it is huge. Then the next day, "Can you repeat that, please?" Then later, "I am learning English, so please speak slowly." These are real sentences that open real doors. Let us practice a little together. Repeat in your mind, "I can speak English." Now, "I am improving every day." Now, "I do not need to be perfect to communicate." Now, "I will speak with confidence." Now, "I will keep practicing." These sentences are simple, but they change your mindset, and your mindset changes your speaking. Now I want to bring you into a real situation. Imagine you are in Washington, D.C., and you meet someone at a museum. They ask, "Have you been here before?" You can say, "No, this is my first time." They ask, "Do you like it so far?" You say, "Yes, it is beautiful. I love the exhibits." They ask, "What part do you like the most?" You say, "I like the history section because it is very interesting." This is not difficult English. This is everyday English. And once you know how to use everyday English, you can live more freely, travel more confidently, and connect with more people. Let us go deeper. Secret number 7. Practice speaking in full sentences. A lot of learners speak in single words. Good. Yes. No. Okay. These are useful, but they are not enough. Train yourself to speak in full sentences. Instead of good, say, "It was a good day." Instead of yes, say, "Yes, I agree with you." Instead of no, say, "No, I haven't tried that yet." Full sentences help your brain organize language better. And over time, that makes speaking easier. Now, let us talk about vocabulary. You do not need every word in the English language. You need the right words for your life. If you are talking about work, learn work vocabulary. If you are traveling, learn travel vocabulary. If you are studying, learn study vocabulary. If you are living in the United States, learn words for daily activities, transportation, shopping, food, health, and social life. For example, apartment rent, subway freeway, grocery store, receipt appointment, neighbor, busy schedule, traffic, weekend. These words are very useful in American daily life. The more relevant your vocabulary, the faster your fluency grows. Soft pause. Here is something beautiful. Fluency is not only about speaking to others, it is also about speaking to yourself. Tell yourself, "I am learning. I am getting better. I am not behind. I am on my own path." Many learners feel ashamed because they compare themselves to native speakers. Do not do that. A child in the United States also takes years to learn language. So give yourself patience. You are not late. You are learning, and learning takes time. Now I want to share one final powerful idea. Secret number 8. Use English in your real life, not only in study time. This is the difference between knowing English and living English. Change your phone language to English. Think in English while walking. Say what you see around you. For example, if you are in a city like Los Angeles, there is a tall building. The road is crowded. I see a coffee shop. The weather is warm today. If you are in New York, the subway is busy. The streets are full of people. The city feels alive. If you are in San Francisco, the hills are steep. The view is amazing. The air feels cool. If you are in Chicago, it is windy today. The buildings are beautiful. The lake looks calm. This kind of practice turns English into a living part of your day. Not homework, not pressure, just life. So now, let me bring everything together. If you want to speak English fluently, remember this. Think in English. Listen to real English. Speak before you feel ready. Learn common expressions. Stop translating every word. Improve pronunciation for clarity. Build confidence through small wins. Use English in real life. That is the path. Not magic, not secret tricks, not shortcuts. Just steady, smart practice. And Sophia wants you to remember one thing more than anything else. Fluency is not something you wait for. Fluency is something you create. Today, with your voice, with your practice, with your courage. So the next time you feel afraid to speak, remember this moment. Remember New York. Remember Los Angeles. Remember Chicago. Remember Miami. Remember Boston. Remember Atlanta. Remember every place where English is spoken and every place where you want to belong. Because English is not only for perfect speakers. Now that you understand the foundation of fluency, I want to take you even deeper, because speaking English fluently is not only about knowing what to say. It is also about knowing how to react, how to continue, how to stay calm when the conversation changes, and how to keep your mind working in English even when you feel nervous. And this is where most learners get stuck. They can introduce themselves. They can answer simple questions. They can read English. But the moment the conversation becomes natural, they freeze again. So let us fix that. Secret number 9, learn how to keep a conversation going. This is one of the most powerful fluency skills. Many learners think speaking means giving one answer and stopping. But real conversations are alive. They move. They grow. They need follow-up. For example, if someone in New York says, "Do you live here?" you do not need only say, "Yes." You can say, "Yes, I live here. I moved here a few months ago." That answer opens the door for more conversation. If they ask, "Do you like it?" you can say, "Yes, I do. The city is busy, but I really enjoy it." Now the conversation continues. That is fluency. Not only answering, continuing. Adding one more idea, then one more, then one more. So practice this pattern, short answer plus extra detail. For example, do you work? Yes, I do. I work in a small office downtown. Did you eat? Yes, I did. I had a sandwich and coffee. Are you studying English? Yes, I am. I practice every day because I want to speak confidently. This is how ordinary conversation becomes natural conversation. Now, let me give you a real-life dialogue. Imagine you are in a cafe in Boston. A friendly barista says, "Hi, what can I get started for you?" You can say, "Hi, can I get a cappuccino, please?" The barista says, "Sure. Would you like it hot or iced?" You say, "Hot, please." Then, "Would you like anything to eat?" You can say, "Yes, maybe a muffin." That is enough. Simple, clear, natural. And every time you successfully handle a moment like this, your confidence rises. Now let's move to another important part. Secret number 10. Don't fear silence. Many learners panic when they need a second to think. They believe silence means failure, but silence is normal. Even native speakers pause. Even confident speakers pause. A pause is not the enemy. A pause is a thinking space. So if you need a moment, say, "Let me think for a second." Just a moment. That's a good question. I'm trying to remember. These phrases help you stay in the conversation without feeling trapped. In real life, in places like Los Angeles or San Francisco, people appreciate calm communication more than rushed confusion. A short pause is better than nervous words. A clear sentence after a pause is better than a rushed mistake. So breathe, think, speak. Now, I want to talk about something even more personal. Your fear is not proof that you cannot speak English. Your fear is proof that you care. That is very different. When you care about something, you want to do well. That pressure can make you nervous, but it can also become strength. Imagine a student in Houston walking into a class and thinking, "What if I say something wrong?" That thought is common, But then the student says one sentence anyway. And after that, another sentence. And after that, another. That is the moment fear begins to lose power. Not because fear disappears, but because you keep going. Let us practice another useful habit. Speak in English for your daily routine. This is a secret many successful learners use. Wake up and say, I am waking up. I am brushing my teeth. I am making breakfast. I am getting ready for the day. I am leaving the house. I am going to work. I am taking the bus. I am checking the time. This may feel small, but it is powerful. Why? Because it trains your brain to live in English, and when your brain gets used to English in ordinary moments, speaking becomes easier in real conversations too. Now, let us go deeper into vocabulary strategy. Many people think learning more words automatically makes them fluent, but fluency grows faster when you learn words in context, not isolated words. Useful phrases. For example, do not only learn the word appointment. Learn, I have an appointment. My appointment is at 3 p.m. I need to reschedule my appointment. Now that word becomes alive. Do not only learn traffic. Learn, the traffic is heavy. I got stuck in traffic. There is a lot of traffic today. This is much more useful for real speaking. In the United States, especially in cities like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles, these kinds of phrases are used every day.